fun. philsgang.com. Clarity, good information, and fun.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day?
That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026. Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. Over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. And the Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. What are you, nuts? 85% of the people do not know how to get out of the market. They lose money because they don't know when to get out. I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. I solved that with my Pro 2 color-coded chart. It tells you when to get out, tells you when to get in, tells you what to add, not to add. Specifically, when do I get out? It tells you that. Check it out. Go to my site, philsgang.com. Get your 10-day free trial of my Pro 2 color-coded chart and a membership.
Phil Grandy has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free. If anything, during that 10-day period, you're going to learn how the market really works. You're going to find information that you never had before. You're going to walk away and go, I didn't know that. So join my gang for 10 days free, philsgang.com. And you're also going to learn how to make money when the market goes down. It's kind of silly just sitting there when the market going down, hoping. Why hope when you can sell short and make money? Either way, you make money when the market goes up, you make money when the market goes down. That's the benefit of Phil's Gang. You make money.
Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level.
philsgang.com. Sign up free for 10 days.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
And what scares me is with some of the things going on in the economy right now, with where interest rates look like they're going, with inflation now becoming structural, it's potentially just devastating to the individuals out there and our brothers and sisters in the country, just the affordability, being able to afford a house, of food. But you got to understand what it also means to the stability of this country. So let's actually walk through, and some of this is big boy math. It's going to be complex.
Going to be complex, not really complex. 80% of the United States workforce cannot afford a house. We talked about this last week. Think about that for a moment. 80% can't afford a home. Remember, a home is your biggest wealth. Home is everything. And I mean, just think of the amount of people they're being, just locked out of the housing market. And think what that does for the economy, because remember, we've always had a great economy because kids would get out of college, right? Get married, buy a home, start a family. It's the way it used to be. No more. No more. Why? Because of inflation. See, this inflation didn't start with the American COVID Rescue Plan or the stupid Inflation Reduction Act, which increased inflation, didn't reduce it. This all started back with a fraud under Bernanke and Obama, Biden administration. The fraud was that we need to stimulate this economy after the crash. But we're only going to stimulate it for maybe 6 months, 12 months the most. But remember, an economy, any economy that needs stimulus is an economy that's on life support. So see, they didn't look at it that way. Just like they didn't look at inflation as the only one that benefits from inflation are the very wealthy. You destroy the middle class, and then you put the poor on welfare. I mean, this whole thing, like all of a sudden 13 years later, it's like, wow, this is something new. I mean, just like when they did the American Rescue Plan and the Inflation Reduction, all out of the pandemic in 2020, we had an option back then. Biden had an option. Why do these social programs when you could increase productivity? All you had to do is give an incentive to the CEOs to stop doing stock buybacks. If you could just give them an incentive, hey, no more stock buybacks. Here's what we'll do. We're going to lower corporate taxes, and if you bring the cash that you have offshore, bring it back to the United States, use it as capital investment, plow it back in your company, new machinery, new equipment, you're not going to pay any tax. I mean, there were so many different ways that we did not need all these social programs. So everyone believes that quantitative tightening is now over. We've had, 5 rate hikes. So, it's over. Over? It hasn't even begun. I mean, everybody really believes the next, remember we had that stupid 1,500 point or 1,200 point rally last week? How stupid that was. I mean, people were nuts because the CPI came in 0.3% underestimate. That's insane. But you notice it didn't go anywhere. After that first day, everything stopped. So everyone believes that quantitative tightening is over. And Facebook. Remember, they lost 26% in one day, or $230 billion. That was just an anomaly. That's not going to happen anymore. No. That's going to be the picture of what's coming. That's going to be the billboard of what's coming. 13 years of massive inflation. 13 years. And what did it do? It enriched the very wealthy like Pelosi and the rest of that crowd, all the swamp people in Washington. It enriched them. They wanted inflation. They're not going to give up on inflation. They want inflation to continue. Are you kidding me? They don't care about Main Street. The wealth they create is unbelievable. And you know what I hate? The word credit. The word credit. They're always saying, well, the economy's doing really good. We're expending credit. We're expanding credit. That's all I heard for 13 years. We're expanding credit. How do you expand credit? Why don't you say what it is? You're expanding debt. But see, they don't want to say debt. And every credit card should be red. Every credit card should be red. And every time you go to use it, it should flash. Warning, warning, warning. Let people know that credit card's not funny money. People think credit card's funny money, like someone gave them a gift, but that's what they want them to think. They want them, because see, the rich get more rich with inflation. The credit card is not credit. It's debt at 20%, 19 and 20%. Are you kidding me? So misleading, just as misleading as the Inflation Reduction Act, when all it did is increase inflation. Hey, we're going to issue a credit card, $5,000. Oh, I got my first credit card for $5,000. Well, you said, oh, no, don't give me that card. I don't want to be in debt for $5,000. See, that's how it should be. People should be saying, no, don't give me that. And people are giving their kids a credit card. Like it's something to be, hey, Joey, you got your first credit card for $200, Joey. You're now a man. No, you're an a-hole. Are you kidding me? Giving kids credit cards like it's something good. My little Joey's a man now. He's got a credit card. Credit cards. 122. Think about this. They printed $122 trillion. They called it quantitative easing. Nice name. 2008 to November 2021 when they finally stopped the insanity of QE. But it's too late. It's too late. They can't fix it. But people believe it's over. Everything's fine again. We had that 1,200-point rally last week because inflation went down 3/10. 3/10 went down, right? Unbelievable. So we had the 122 trillion they printed, pushed the stock market up artificially. Then they printed a 1.9 trillion called the American COVID. They had to put in the COVID. American COVID Rescue Plan. They didn't rescue anybody. Only 9% of the 1.9 trillion was used for COVID. Everything else was pure debt and pure inflation. The $750 billion Inflation Reduction Act. I like to know who comes up with these names. Inflation Reduction Act. It should have been called the 750 Bend Over Act. Bend Over Act. Are you kidding me? Pure increase of inflation. Pure inflation. Hey, Joey, here you go, Joey. You got your new credit card, $100. You're now a man. Now bend over, Joey. Here's the $750 billion Inflation Reduction Act. This stuff is so unbelievable, isn't it? Nobody wants to tell the truth what it is. And see, nobody's telling the truth what we're looking forward to, what's coming next. No one wants to tell you. I'll tell you when I get back. Phil's Gang. Be right back after this break. philsgang.com. Join my gang free for 10 days.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners and shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com. When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners and shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, just listen to Phil Grandy.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. There's many reasons to listen to a radio show, but I think to listen to my show, you get the truth. You get clarity, and you get great information.
No matter what level of investor you are, Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success.
You know what? Most of all, it's fun. philsgang.com. Clarity, good information, and fun. Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. From our gang to yours, happy Thanksgiving. Phil Grandy is thankful to be part of your planning and investments. To help you invest successfully, here's Phil Grandy on Phil's Gang.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. You know, the sad part, these years, these 13 years, since 2008, you know, nobody was truthful. Nobody was telling you what stimulus means. And, I mean, that would have been nice. I mean, we did every day. We tried to tell you that this stimulus is nothing more than means your economy's in trouble. You're pumping it up. It's on life support, and you can make a lot of money as long as you know what you're doing, which means you know when to get out and you know when it blows up like it did in 45 weeks. Can you imagine from January to just last week, this market went down 45 weeks. 45 weeks. But what people don't get is it went down 45 weeks because there's no more QE. Can you imagine? So you really got to understand. QE was done, we used January 2022. We've been going down 45 weeks. There's no way to turn this market around and have a reversal. I mean, there is, but it's almost, you can't do it earnings because everybody gave up on earnings for 13 years. Stocks didn't go up on earnings. Stocks went up on stock buybacks. Zero rates. Nobody cared about earnings. You think they're going to start caring about earnings now, 13 years later? So earnings won't turn anything around. The only other thing you could do is if they would allow the economy to go into a deep recession and clean everything up, get these valuations back. I mean, the valuations on these stocks are insane. That means the big institutions who drive that market for 13 years, they're not contributing. They're not here participating because they're not about to buy stocks. They're so overvalued. It's ridiculous. So they're not buying. We don't have stock buybacks. We don't have earnings, and we don't have capitulation. And that's the real sad thing. We should have a hell of a capitulation. The market should be going down so fast and the computer's shaking off your desk, but everybody thinks we're going to be okay. When they had that 1,200-point rally last week over a nothing burger, everyone thought, this is it. We're on our way again. We're on our way again. No, you're on your way back down again. That's what's going to happen. But that's okay. See, my gang members are all set because they make money when the market goes down. And you can't get people to do that. It's really hard. People just don't want to make money when the market goes down. They rather buy and hold, buy and hold, buy and hold. That's really stupid, buy and hold. It never works out. So we're talking a little bit ago about these credit cards. And it's not credit, it's debt. Everything that Biden's been doing has been debt. $122 trillion debt. I can't give him all the blame going back to 2008 to 2022. $1.9 trillion debt. That's him. American COVID. $750 billion Inflation Reduction Act. That's him. Another $7 trillion he spent without going to Congress. Can you imagine? He spent $7 trillion without going to, who knows where it is. And now, at least now that we've taken over Congress, right, they're asking Biden for hey, what'd you do with the $40 billion? We want an accounting of the $40 billion. We want receipts. Like, you go get receipts? What are you, nuts? You should have the accounting before you gave them the money. They're reporting now that many of the higher ups in Ukraine parliament, or whatever you want to call it, okay, those guys five of them are building these multi-million-dollar homes in Switzerland on our money in Switzerland. Crazy. Unbelievable. So last week, the fake business news network, the cheerleaders, came out last week and told us how strong our consumers were. Boy, they're making good wages, and boy, their savings is really, really good savings. They got, what did they say, $100 trillion in savings? All a lie. But people don't realize we can't turn this market around, or if the market goes up 2-3 days, like why when the market goes up 1,200 points, why can't it hold? Because the market's not going up because consumers have good wages or consumers have good savings or good jobs. That's what they're trying to convince you. That's not the case. They don't. They don't have good jobs. They don't have good wages. But they don't want to tell you. See, the spending they talk about, this week here, last week we had the retail, started retail, right? Boy, they're all excited about the retail stores. All the retail stores reported, everybody, wow, look at everybody spending money, everybody's rich. Are you kidding me? All the spending came from credit cards and refis. Do you know that they are using their home as an ATM machine? Worse now than back in 2008. That's insane. Insane. $152 billion they pulled out in 2020. That's 42% more than in 2019. 2021, $1.2 trillion. That was an increase of 60%. Right now, the first two quarters, $66 billion each quarter. Over $100 billion the third quarter. That's what makes, see, so now you don't have QE to drive the market anymore. Now you've got all of this, all the refis. People pull the money out of their homes, they're using their credit cards, and everybody on CNBC and Fox News tell you, wow, look at this. Boy, things are good. Look how the retail sales are coming in. Really terrific. People are really strong. No, they're not. It's all debt. It's all debt. And wages, adjusted for inflation, has decelerated this year alone by 9%. 9% this year alone. What are you, nuts? All due to printing. Household debt increased $351 billion in the third quarter to a total of $16 trillion. And credit card debt is now $1 trillion. And interest on those credit cards are 19%. And if you take 73% of our workforce, they make a combined income, husband and wife, don't even make 50 grand. So the idea that 1,200 point meant that the crash is over, they're out of their minds. So what do? I'll tell you when I get back from this break. Join my gang free for 10 days, philsgang.com.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Green at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners or shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day?
That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
What are you, nuts? Coffee's up 92%. Lumber's up 67%. Heating oil, what, 60%? Gasoline, 55%. I understand why you guys are telling me to raise my rates here at Phil's Gang, but we haven't raised our rates since 2001. Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. I'm not going to raise my rates. Our membership's been $39.95 since 2001, and for a good reason. So that you have enough room that when you do make money here at Phil's Gang, and you will, because you're going to learn how to short stocks, that there's enough room to send some money to St. Jude. That's why we never raised our price. And that's why we give you good value. So, you want to continue with good value, good information, be on the right side of the market? Join my gang, philsgang.com, where the price has not moved, where we fight inflation. philsgang.com. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, boydinvestigativegroup.com.
License number A1900020.
What, are you nuts? Coffee's up 92%. Lumber's up 67%. Heating oil, what, 60%? Gasoline, 55%. I understand why you guys are telling me to raise my rates here at Phil's Gang, but we haven't raised our rates since 2001. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I'm not going to raise my rates. Our membership's been $39.95 since 2001, and for a good reason. So that you have enough room that when you do make money here at Phil's Gang, and you will, because you're going to learn how to short stocks, that there's enough room to send some money to St. Jude. That's why we never raised our price. And that's why we give you good value. So, you want to continue with good value, good information, be on the right side of the market? Join my gang, philsgang.com, where the price has not moved, where we fight inflation. philsgang.com.
From our gang to yours, happy Thanksgiving. Phil Grandy is thankful to be part of your planning and investments. To help you invest successfully, here's Phil Grandy on Phil's Gang.
You know, there's no reason to have lost that kind of money in Facebook. You should have made money in Facebook when it dropped. That's right. When Facebook went down, I forgot what it was, about $225 billion. You should have been making money. You should have been shorting it. Any stock that goes down, you don't have to sit there unless you're in a 401k, then you're forced to. When stocks are going down and starting a new downward trend as opposed to an upward trend, don't sit there and just hold on to the stock and hope it's going to come back up. That's crazy. No, when a stock starts going down, we know. Remember, stocks go up and down on trend. It's just simply money. That's all, money, not the nonsense. They feed you the nonsense. They feed you all the crap, okay? The forward PE ratio, the trailing PE, price to book, price to sales, operating margins, free cash flow, and then they talk about it like they really know what they're doing. But they don't know what they're doing. They don't. It's not about that garbage anymore. It's not about fundamentals anymore. Fundamentals went out the door 13 years ago. 13 years ago. Nobody cared. Everybody used to care about, I used to care about all the time, free cash flow. I used to look at free cash flow every time I bought a company. Free cash flow, free cash flow. I don't even look at it anymore. PE ratios don't matter anymore. Because for 13 years, they threw those out and said, look, what we're going to do is we're going to just bring interest rates down to zero, and then the CEO will go in and buy his own shares, and he'll have options first. He'll get a lot of options, and he'll buy his own shares. And then what he'll do is when he buys those shares, that'll push up the earnings artificially, and then those earnings will get underneath there and push up the stock price. And he has options, right? So he keeps buying more shares to keep pushing up the earnings to push up the stock price. The next quarter's coming, buys more shares to push up the earnings. Soon the stock is overpriced by 40, 50, 60%. And that's where we are today. You know, this rally that came down these 45 days, we only dropped about, on the S&P, we only dropped 23% and only 31% in the NASDAQ. That's not over. We got to go at least to match all the other crashes that were significant. We got to go at least another 20, 30%. And I hope we do, because we'll make money. Our members will make money because they just don't sit there and hope a stock's going to go back up and hold on to it and then throw more money, as they say, buying a dip, cost average down. No, you're going to lose money. If you just would try for 10 days to understand what shorting is, it's free, not going to cost you a penny. And remember, every day, for you people who are not members, every morning, while we're going through this crisis, which I don't see it as a crisis because we make money when stocks go down, we make money when stocks go up. But as a crisis overall, which it is, every morning, for those people who are wondering, what is the stock going to do? What's it going to do? What's it going to do today? I'll answer that question. Go to my YouTube channel. Or what's the stock market going to do in the future down the road? Because you got to be forward looking. What's it going to do? And we're going to have a miserable first quarter next year, boy. It's going to be miserable. So, but it doesn't have to be if you know how to sell short. And I don't know why they fight. Give you an example. Do you know how many people lost money on Consolidated Edison? We didn't. My members who were in Consolidated, it turned red at 95.61. Turned red. It told you. The color-coded chart turned red, and it said institutions are pulling their money out. I'll let you know that. And everything lined up the way it's supposed to on the chart. So my members who shorted it from 95, I'll round it off, 95, so $96, okay, right down to about $79. That's got to be what? That's a 17.5% return. But you... And never mind the name Edison. Any stock that's going down, why do you want to sit there? And I mean, I know you don't want to lose that money, but why don't you want to make money by selling it short? And then here's the neat thing. So when it went from, I'll just round it off, when it went from $95 down to a low of $78, now it went from 78 up to 81, 81 up to 84, up to 85. We didn't buy it yet. People say, well, wait a minute, why didn't you get in it? Why didn't you get in at 79 or 81 or 84? No, know when we bought it? We bought it when it got back to around 87. Instead of buying it at 78, we chose to buy it at 87. Why? Because at 87 has a higher probability to go to 100 from 87 than it does from 78. People say, well, why is that? Well, because it's staying red. It's telling you from $78 up to 87 is a risk-on trade. It's telling you that as the stock is going up, it's all solid red, telling you on the way up when it's red, it's telling you, hey, there's not enough money coming in. So you could buy it. Let's say you bought the stock at 81. You're feeling good. It got up to 84. All of a sudden, the next morning you wake up, it's back down to 78. You go, what happened? What happened? As soon as I get it, it went down. Because what you didn't know is that there wasn't enough money pushing that stock up. A lot of it was air. A lot of it was short covering, you see. So, again, the beautiful thing about charting, especially our chart, which is color-coded, you can't go wrong. And you can use this free for 10 days, for heaven's sake. Just go to my site, philsgang.com, or you can call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-GANG. So, again, this is a great example of where you could have made 17% shorting, and then you could have made from $87 up to $93, whatever that is. That's probably about, 8%, something like that, going back up the other way. And so you're in control then. When you can short and you can buy a stock and the chart is telling you when to buy and when to sell short, even turns yellow and tells you, hey, if you're buying and it's going long now, hey, sorry, they're going to start coming in. The big boys are coming in and start taking money out. Isn't that nice to know that there you are, you're in your stock, and let's say it's going up now you got about 8%. In the good. Isn't it nice that it turns yellow and tells you, sellers are coming in. You better take some profits. Your chart doesn't do that. So check it out. Go to my site, philsgang.com. For 10 days, it's free. At the end of 10 days, if you don't want to stay, at least you found out there in that 10 days you got a hell of an education, better education you ever get at Wharton or Harvard or anywhere else when it comes to stock market and how the market works. So everything that Biden did was so inflationary. He had an opportunity. Think about it. Biden had an opportunity, and so did Obama. Biden have an opportunity to turn the country around, to increase jobs, okay, to increase jobs, increase productivity. Everything's about productivity. But now, Biden didn't want to increase productivity. What he wanted, was inflation so he and his family could create more wealth, Pelosi could create more wealth, and all the people in the swamp could create wealth. This inflation was created on purpose. Let me ask you a question. Think of it. Why would any president who's a patriot, who loved this country, why wouldn't he fear inflation? All other presidents did, but he didn't. Why would he close down XL pipeline, designed to move 850 barrels of oil a day, designed to make us oil independent, to make us independent? Once we had that XL pipeline, we'd have to buy any oil from the Middle East or Venezuela. So why would any president who's a patriot say, I'm going to shut down XL pipeline so that we now got to depend on the Middle East, Venezuela, Russia, Iran for oil? What's going on? And inflation's going through the roof when he does that. What's going on? Why would he do that? Nobody would do that except Biden. Why? Tell you when we get back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Warning: Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60-70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. It tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days. philsgang.com. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. Over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. And the Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Are you a stock market investor without all the information?
What, are you nuts? Market's going up, market's going down. We're getting all this bad information.
How do you invest intelligently? Phil Grandy can show you.
If you want real information and you really want to know what the market's going to do and you want the truth, go to my site, philsgang.com, and also listen to me on my radio show every weekday at 3 o'clock Eastern.
Phil's got the answers at philsgang.com.
That's philsgang.com, where you get the truth and you get the information you need about the market.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Our team is comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. Phil's Gang has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. You don't need to be a seasoned investor to benefit from the Phil's Gang platform, no matter what level of investor you are. Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action, avoid market pitfalls, and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. Happy Thanksgiving from Phil Grandy and everyone here at Phil's Gang. As you baste your turkey, Phil will help you take investing to the next level. Now, here's Phil Grandy.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Remember, go to my gift shop, okay, Phil's Gang gift shop. And nothing better than getting somebody a membership, okay? There's a lot of cool stuff in the gift shop. Go to philsgang.com, and the gift shop's right there. It's a fun place to go to. And also at the same time, when you're there, sign up for 10 days. Doesn't cost you a penny. And you'll learn, just like I explained to you on Edison. You should be able to do this with every stock. When Edison started to go down, you could have made a 17% gain with it going down. You won't be stressed because you're going to be in control of the stock, okay? You're in control. Right now, you're not in control of anything. You're depending on people that you work with, planners, whatever. I don't know who you work with or whatever. But by simply having a chart that tells you to sell, and after 10 days, make up your mind if you can make your own mind up if it works or not. But so Edison, 17% down, and then we turn around, and when it turns green, it gave us another 8% up to the upside. So you make money on the way down, you make money on the upside. See, you have to do that now because it's different. There's no more fundamentals in the stock market. Look, any decent president who really cared about his presidency and cared about the country, I want you to think about this for a moment. Why would they close the XL pipeline down? It was designed to make us oil independent. It was designed to make sure we weren't depending on oil from Venezuela and from the Middle East. We were moving 850 barrels a day through there. So why would any president, okay, a patriot who loved their country, why would they do that? And secondly, why would they turn around a president who's a patriot, loves this country, why would they close down Anwar? There's between 5 and 10 billion barrels in the ground. No more drilling there. We can't drill there. We got to go and beg Iran for oil. We got to beg. Why would they close the XL pipeline, close Anwar? And then this is the crazy one. And why would they turn around and say to Putin, here, go ahead, we're going to let you take over Nord Stream pipeline after Trump kept it closed so he couldn't get it. And this way here, you can take and grab Germany and Europe by the throat. You got them because you got all the natural gas you sell to Germany and Europe because you have the pipeline. Now you can really take that gas and oil and really move it up, causing more inflation. So why would any president who's a patriot, says he loved the country, why would he do those things? Why? Because it's so inflationary that Biden, his family, and other people in Washington who all belong to the swamp make a fortune. All these congressmen, all of it. Isn't that terrible? That's what they've been doing. So how's that reflected in the stock market? Well, then that means you can't buy a stock based on fundamentals. You got to buy a stock based on which direction the money's going. And that's what we do for you here at Phil's Gang. And you got 10 days to be a member and see if it helps you or not, for God's sakes. But just take your mind and just think, why would any president do that? Especially when inflation, with all presidents going back to Washington, when you ask them what was their biggest fear? Inflation. Because if inflation gets out of hand, you can, just like what happened in Rome, you lose your security. Just like it happened in Rome. They couldn't pay the soldiers. People were using their currency for confetti and toilet paper. That's the problem. So it's an awful thing. But you haven't got to worry about any of that if you understand how to sell a stock short when the market goes down and buy a stock when it goes up. And we'll show you that in your first 10 days. Okay? So please check it out, philsgang.com, and check out the gift shop too, all right? All right. So I got a little wrap here I'm going to give you on our way out. It's very, very interesting. I think you'll enjoy it. Here we go.
And what scares me is with some of the things going on in the economy right now, with where interest rates look like they're going, with inflation now becoming structural, it's potentially just devastating to the individuals out there and our brothers and sisters in the country, just the affordability, being able to afford a house, of food. But you got to understand what it also means to the stability of this country. So let's actually walk through, and some of this is big boy math. It's going to be complex. As you know, right now around the Capitol Hill complex, we have dozens and dozens of brand new members and hundreds of potentially new staffers. They're all trying to find their office and which way is up and where the bathrooms are. I mean, all the things we go through when we're brand new around here. And my fear is no one's telling these members that are new, and even talking to the members who've been here for a while, the truth. And the truth is the math, and the math always wins. And we're in real trouble. I'm not going to take you back to 1965, but let's do last year. This is last year's budget cycle. Understand over 71% of all of our spending is on autopilot. The fact of the matter is, this is what we call mandatory. Only 13% was defense. 16% was discretionary. What we functionally debate here, what should we really fight over? But this mandatory here, you see red, your government functionally is a insurance company with an army. This is health, Medicare, Social Security, other benefits, pensions for military, for government workers, those sorts of things. This is mandatory, and it's on autopilot. I don't think there's a member here who's ever ultimately voted on this red portion. The formula. You turn 65, you get certain benefits. You serve in the military a certain amount of time, you get certain benefits. It's autopilot. Talk about just last year's borrowing. Does anyone out there understand how big it was? Okay, so we borrowed functionally $1.375 trillion. How much is that? $114 billion a month. It's $26 billion a week. It's $3.7 billion a day. It's $159 million an hour. It's $2.6 million a minute. But here's the one we're told when big numbers, how do you get it so it's understandable? If I came to you right now and said, how much last year did your government borrow every second? Anyone in this body able to answer that? Turns out it was $43,600 a second. We borrowed $43,600 every second last year. Anyone see a problem? Or is it one of those things that as long as we're handing out goodies and subsidizing the folks who will vote for us or contribute to us, the world is good? What's driving the debt? So right today we hold $31 trillion of total debt. That's borrowing from trust funds and everything, but that's the total debt. But from today for the next 30 years, based on a previous interest rate calculation, so we haven't even plugged in the new higher interest rates that we're borrowing money on. We're going to borrow $114 trillion. And what scares me is with some of the things going on in the economy right now, with where interest rates look like they're going, with inflation now becoming structural, it's potentially just devastating to the individuals out there and our brothers and sisters in the country, just the affordability, being able to afford a house, of food. But you got to understand what it also means to the stability of this country. So let's actually walk through, And some of this is big boy math. It's going to be complex. And this is really uncomfortable. And I will tell you, I believe the Democrats did something actually really crappy during the election. But, it's a knife fight. I accept, the knives come out. It's all about winning. But when you had campaigns out there, they're going to cut your Medicare. You can't even have an honest conversation here. What's going on? The shortfall in Medicare, when you add in the interest costs, is $80 trillion. The shortfall in Social Security is $35.8 trillion. The entire borrowing over the next 30 years is Social Security and Medicare. We got old. The fact of the matter is this place didn't pay any attention. There was this thing called baby boomers.
So when you listen to that, that's really, I think it's pretty interesting. It tells you the truth. So what's that mean to you as an investor? You've got to learn how to sell short, just like you learn how to buy a stock. Do it here at Phil's Gang. Try it. 10 days free. philsgang.com. See you on the charts.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.